Now, what are we going to do? There is a reason why I am taking a today's session. Ideally, I thought of starting the classes from today, but today morning I got a message from one of the student who is preparing for bank examination, and he asked me, sir, these are the questions. You discussed an generic approach. Can you further optimize the approach? Then I told him that these are the questions which I discussed in the perfect square videos and also in a speed calculation. Then slowly when I started discussing with him, I asked my team member to take the entire questions belonging to this topic, so that any student who is preparing for any kind of these questions, this class will be of immense useful. Each and every question, whatever I am taking today, you will also find the source of the questions in the bracket. All the questions are copied from the previous year competitive examination. The source also will be there. Again, I am telling, kindly sit in the class with a notebook and a pen. Watch the entire class. This is the first class which is going to happen after my break and die. There will be no non-stoppage in between. The classes will keep on happening till you write your CAT examination. These are some of the best practices for you to do it. Now what we will do is, this is the lesson structure which I created. I am sure the students who are following me from the last few years, we always start the class with a definition, basic foundation level problems, intermediate level problems, advanced level problems, and exam model questions. These are the 5 questions. Sir, what is that you are going to discuss today? Now, if you see, what is that we are going to discuss? This is the question which came in RRB Group D. This is the doubt asked by a student. This is an RRB Group D Shift 2, RRB Group D 2018 Shift 3, 2019 Shift 2, 2019. This is what I said. Each and every question I mentioned the source of the question. Source of the question. Hopefully, right after the class, you will be able to solve the questions as early as possible, but we will not get into these questions. What we will do is, first, we will write down some important concepts. Again, I am repeating it. Whatever you are listening to the class is a data. If you do not process the data, it will never become an information. What do you mean by processing the data? Right after the class is over, Anil sir said this problem. I should revise it again in the notebook. Write down in the notebook. 2 or 3 times to do it. 95% of the content what you hear in live classes, you will forget within 5 hours. Remaining 5% you will forget it over a period of 3 to 4 days. And after 2 or 3 weeks are over, when you are solving a problem, you will get an idea. This concept Anil sir said in this class, you will have a very vague memory. You will not point to it. The best thing about writing down in your notebook is, not after weekdays, not after month, not after 1 year. Even after several years, there will be some processing that you have done it when you are writing it. You will have a much more ability to go back and recite. I want each and every student to sit in the class with a notebook and a pen. And when you are listening to the class, are you someone who is listening to the class in the mobile? Please mute all the notifications of all the other apps. In case if you do not want to mute other notifications and they are very important to you, then possibly you can ignore this class. I want to take the class for all the serious and the sincere students. We will start the class. Now, before we start the class, what we will do is, first we will write down one important concept. Sir, what are we going to discuss today? We are going to discuss the concept of how to find the square root of a perfect square. How to find the square root of a perfect square. 95% of the students probably know, sir, this is something which we knew it already. If you knew a particular method in this class, we will develop a new method. First, we will find out the square root of a perfect square. Then we will discuss how to find out the square root of a non-perfect square. How to find out the square root of a non-perfect square. Square root of a perfect square and square root of a non-perfect square. Sir, First of all, how to identify whether a number is a perfect square or not? Only after identifying whether the number is a perfect square or not, then I can apply square root. Then I can apply square root. Now see here, some important properties of a perfect square. Some important properties of a perfect square. First we will write these properties, then we will get into the problem. Listen carefully, sir. First slide, we will write down the properties of a perfect square. We will discuss a concept, then we will try to solve the question in less than 10 seconds. Properties. What? First thing, it is a perfect square. It is a perfect square. A perfect square, then definition of a perfect square is a square. A power 4 is a square into a square. A power 6 is a cube into a cube. A square is a into a. I am taking a number, multiplying it by itself. A power 4 is a square into a square. A power 6 is a cube into a cube. Perfect square means a number multiplied by itself. The number could be any number. The number multiplied by itself, it is a perfect square. Number multiplied by itself, it is a perfect square. First point. Second point, a perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. If a number is a perfect square, it will never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. Why? If I take the unit digit of a number, unit digit of a number will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I square it, 0 square 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81. Anywhere I got 2 at the end, I got 3 at the end, I got 7 at the end, I got 8 at the end. No. If a number is a perfect square, it will never end with 2, 3, 7 or 8. This is the first property of a perfect square. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. It is not ending with 8. It is not ending with 8. It is not ending with 8. So on and so forth. So on and so forth. I hope the first concept it is clear. Now the second concept. What is the second concept? A number multiplied by itself, which will become n square. Second concept. Listen carefully, sir. Very interesting concept. Student who have listened to my perfect square almost 10 months before, it will act as a revision for you. Right? Once the revision is over, then we will smash the problems in seconds. N square. N square is called a perfect 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 square. N is a natural number here. A natural number can either be an even number or can be an odd number. It can be either an even number or an odd number. Even number is a number which is perfectly divisible by 2. Odd number, it will give remainder 1. Remainder -1 is when you divide a number by 2, you will get a remainder 0 or 1. Positive remainder is 1, negative remainder is -1. Natural number on square, 2k square, 4 into anything. Any perfect square should be divisible by 4, or if I make it 4k square plus or minus 4k plus 1. These are divisible by 4, these are divisible by 4, remainder 1. Any perfect square when divided by 4, either it will be perfectly divisible or it gives a remainder 1. Any perfect square, if a number is a perfect square, either it will be perfectly divisible by 4 or it gives a remainder 1. If you divide a number by 4 and you are getting a remainder 2 or 3 and you are getting a remainder 2 or 3, then it is not a perfect square. Then it is not a perfect square. Any perfect square when divided by 4, it will be perfectly divisible, or it gives a remainder one, I hope the concept is crystal clear. What is the definition of a perfect square? Number multiplied by itself, it is a perfect square. A number multiplied by itself means number could be an even number or an odd number, 2k whole square or 2k plus or minus whole square, perfectly divided by 4, or it gives a remainder one. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. A perfect, these two are the very important properties. Another two properties, if you know it, in case if you are using the traditional approach. Now I will also give you the source of these concept. I will give you the source of these concept. Source. There are two books are there. The first book is a book on mental calculations. From these books, I am going to share you the concept. A book on mental calculations. A book on mental calculations by Arthur Benjamin. A book on mental calculations by Arthur Benjamin. And another book is by Trachtenberg Book of Speed Calculation. Trachtenberg Book of Speed Calculations. Trachtenberg Book on Speed Calculations. Trachtenberg Book on Speed Calculations. These are the two books which will give a very good understanding of number tree related concept. There is also a little advanced book, a book on number theory, that will be little advanced level. What is required for this class, that concept we will see it. Source of this concept, one is a book on mental calculations by Arthur Benjamin. Arthur Benjamin videos, you can see it in YouTube. And another is, this is also a very famous book, Trachtenberg. Most of the other regular books that you are getting in the Indian market are heavily inspired or shamelessly copied from these two books. What are the two important concepts that we discussed? A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. What is the second concept? A perfect square, when it is divided by 4, perfectly divisible, or it gives a remainder one. Concept 3. Without knowing these concepts, you are not going to solve any problem. Concept 3. Right? Concept is every perfect square has a digital sum. Every perfect square has a digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. Please write down. Every perfect square has a digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. Reverse may or may not be true. Reverse may or may not be true. Reverse may or may not be true. What do you mean by reverse may or may not be true? If the number is a perfect square, then it will have digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. What is the reverse? If a number has got a digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9, it may or may not be a perfect square. For example, if I take, for example, 13 is there. 13, the digital sum is 1 plus 3, 4. It is not a perfect square because it is ending with 2, 3, 7 or 8. Any number ending with 2, 3, 7 or 8, it is not a perfect square. What is the third property on a perfect square? Every perfect square, if the number is I will use a different color. If the number is a perfect square, it will have digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. If this is true, this will be true. If I throw a stone on the lake, there will be ripples. For the ripples to form, it is not mandatory that I have thrown a stone. Maybe my friend might have thrown a stone. If I teach a class, the students will understand it better. If I teach a class, the students will understand better. Students are understanding better does not mean that they are understanding only from me. They could understand from any other teacher. They could understand from any other teacher. Every perfect square, if this is true, then it will have digital sum from 1, 4, 7 or 9. I hope this concept 3 it is there. The entire concept that we are going to discuss today is the fourth concept. Almost 7.5 years before, when I was the Career Launcher South India Academic Head, that was the first time I discussed this concept. But the power of that concept is extremely so high that it can be used to solve some complex problems. Take a natural number x, square it. Take a natural number x, square it. Do 50 plus or minus x whole square. 50 plus or minus x whole square. What 51s are 50, 52s are 100, 100 plus or minus x whole square. 53s are 150, 150 plus or minus x whole square has the same last 2 digits. Has the same last 2 digits. 50 plus or minus x whole square, 100 plus or minus x whole square has same last 2 digits. You take a natural number x, square it. 50 minus x whole square, 50 plus x whole square, 100 minus x whole square, 100 plus x whole square. Last 2 digits will be same. Last 2 digits will be same. That means 4 square, it is 16. 50 minus 4, 46 square, 2116. 50 plus 4, 54 square, 2916. 100 minus 4, 96 square. 100 plus 4, 104 square. All the last 2 digits are same. If you know these property, you can forget the traditional method of finding the square of a number. You can forget the traditional method of how to find out the square root of a perfect square. 4 square, 50 minus 4 square, 50 plus 4 square, 100 minus 4 square. These 100. The entire class revolves around this concept. Entire class. What I will do is, I will take some practice questions, then we will get into the concept. What are the 4 concepts that we discussed? A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. A perfect square when divided by 4, either it will be perfectly divisible or it gives a remainder one. That is the second property of a perfect square. Third property, if the number is a perfect square, it will have digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. Fourth property, very important property. X square, 50 minus x whole square, 50 plus x whole square, 100 plus or minus x whole square, last 2 digits will be same. I hope this idea it is clear. Now, first some examples. Some examples which we will solve. Find the last 2 digits for. Find the last 2 digits for. First question. 11 square. 11 square is 121. 11 square is 121. See, when I write these 11, it's a magical number. 11 square is 121. Am I right? Between 2 digits, I am keeping a 0. 101 square. Between 2 ones, I kept a 0. Or between 2 digits, I kept a 0. Between 2 digits, keep a 0. Between 2 and 1, keep a 0. Between 2 digits, I kept 2 zeros. This will be between 2 digits, 2 zeros. Very simple way to solve. 11 square, it is 121, which is 21. Now listen carefully. Suppose I want 89 square. All you have to do is, how much it is 100 minus 50 minus 50 plus 100 minus 100 plus 89 square. 89 is 11 less than 100. So 11 square, last 2 digits is 20. Last 2 digits is 21. Suppose I want 58 square. 58 is how much more than 50? 8 more than 50. 8 square is 64. Suppose if it is 41 square. 41 is how much less than 50? 9 less than 50. 9 square is 81. Suppose if it is 237788 square, I just want the last two digits. 88 is how much less than 100? 12 less than 100. 12 square is 144. 12 square is 144. I hope the idea it is clear, right? Only we are interested in a very beautiful way of connecting the last two digits logic. Last two digits logic in finding the square root of a non-perfect square. In finding the square root of a non-perfect square. I hope this concept is also clear to you. You understood this concept? Now a student came out with a few bank examination questions. Now let us solve the question by using this logic. By using this logic, what I will do is, I will write down the concept in the bracket. X square 50 plus or minus x whole square, 100 plus or minus x whole square. Last two digits will be same. Last two digits will be same. Listen carefully. Now you should know when to attack which question. Square root of 183,184. Square root of 18314. What students will do is, in our school days, after 2 days, there is a slash and they will find out. You don't need to do anything. Listen carefully. Step number 1. Square root of 16, it is 4. 16, it is 4 square. 16, it is 4 square. First check it out. Last two digits 84. A perfect square will be perfectly divisible by 4. So we are not interested in square root. What is another concept that we discussed? A perfect square digital sum will be 1, 4, 7 or 9. 1 plus 8, 9, 1 plus 8, 9, 3 plus 4, 7. Every perfect square will have a digital sum 1, 4, 7 or 9. Now see here. Please don't go ahead and solve like this. Remove that square root. If I remove that square root, whole square, whole square, whole square, whole square. So if I remove that square root, 183184 will become all these things. Now easily you will get the answer. What is 14 square? 196. What is these last two digits? 84. Not possible. 32 square. 32 is how much less than 50? 18 less than 50. 18 square is 324. What are the last two digits? 84. Not possible. 16 square is 256. Last two digits is 84. It is not possible. 28 square is 784. Sir, what if there is more than one answer option, right? Suppose what if it is 422 square? That also we will discuss. Suppose if it is 422 square, it is there. 422 square, it is there. 422. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 square is 64. 6 plus 4, 10, 1. Digital sum of these number is 1. Digital sum of these number is 7. 1 plus 8, 9. Delete the digits whose sum is 9. 3 plus 4, 7. Here the digital sum is 1. So there are a lot of additional tools that are there. Very, very interesting way to find out the square root of a perfect square using the last two digits logic. Using the last two digits logic. What we did? We just found out that the last two digits of a number is 84. Only the last two digits I will focus. If I am struck with more than one answer option, I will use a digital sum. 14 square is 196, not possible. 32 square is 32 is 18 less than 50. 18 square 324, not possible. 28 square 784, 84 possible. 16 square 256. Not possible. I hope the concept is clear. Last two digits is perfectly divisible by 4. Digital sum of these perfect square is 1, 4, 7 or 9. I hope you are taking some notes and you are processing the techniques. Otherwise, some random listening to the class for 2 or 5 minutes is not going to do magic for you. This is an original question that came in RRB Group D 2018 shifting 2. 37249. What we will do, we will just focus on the last two digits, 49 when divided by 4. 4 12s are 48, remainder 1. Yes, it is of the form 4p plus 1. Remove these square roots. 183 square, 187 square, 197 square, 93 square. I removed these square root. Check the digital sum first. Blindly don't go ahead and do it. 9 plus 4, 13, 13 plus 2, 15, 22, 25. 2 plus 5, it is 7. If the digital sum is not 1, 4, 7 or 9, please do not apply this technique, because we are discussing the logic how to find out the square root of a perfect square. These 49. 93, it is 7 less than 100. 7 square, it is 49. 97 is 3 square, which is 0 and 9. 187 is 13 square, which is 169. 183 is 17 square, 289. Just by looking at the question, you are able to tell that. And otherwise what you will do is root of 37249, you will do like this. This is a very complex method. See here, all you can do is just to know that logic. What is the concept that we discussed? X square, 50 plus or minus x whole square, 100 plus or minus x whole square. Last two digits will be same. 193 square, 93 square, it is 7 less than 100. 7 square, 14. Only one option it is there. If more than one answer option has the same last two digits, we will go ahead and use a digital sum. Another question. Prashant, who is preparing for right bank examination, has asked this question. RRB Group D 2018-15. Now all the questions you can do it orally. See here, 4, it is divisible by 4. 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 4, 9. Square root. So I remove square root. Whole square, whole square, whole square, whole square. 198 is taken multiples of 50. 198 is closer to 200. 200, it is 2 less than 2 square, it is 04. Here also it is 2 square, it is 04. Here it is 4 square, it is 16. Here it is 6 square, it is 36. Oh, I am stuck with the two options. What are the two options? First option and fourth option. Better see here. 202 square. 202 is greater than 200. 200 square is 4 into 10 power 4. It is less than 4 into 10 power 4. This cannot be the answer. This has to be the answer. 198 square, it is the answer. That is one way to do it. 202 square cannot be the answer. 202 is greater than 200. 4 into 10 power 4. It is less than 4 into 10 power 4. So this cannot be. Or otherwise, 9 out, 8 plus 1 out. Answer digital sum is 9. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 3, 9. This is also 9. So in either ways, if you have got too many tools to solve the problem, first class, right after 6 weeks of gap, I am coming and taking the class. So I am taking some things which is elementary. Slowly I will increase the level of difficulty. I hope the idea it is clear. Two methods are there. The square root of 519841. Most of the students in hurry, if the question is 519842, please do not blindly go ahead and solve the problem, because it is ending with 2. It is not a perfect square, and when divided by 4, it is giving a remainder 2. A perfect square when divided by 4, it gives a remainder 0 or remainder 1 when divided by 4. I hope the idea it is perfectly clear. Now 519841, last two digits is 41. All the numbers it will be squares. 31 square, 961, 61. Here also it is 61. 29 square, 29 is 21 less than 50. 841. Here 41. Here also it is 21 square, 41. 21 square 41. Just by looking at a question, you are getting the answer. 700 square is 49 into 10 power 4. It is greater than 49 into 10 power 4. This cannot be, this cannot be, this cannot be. Another 2019 shift 2. What I observed is the doubt whatever he asked, these kind of questions are regularly coming in multiple bank related examination. So all the questions, these are a very high frequency topic. I hope the idea it is clear, right? 21 square is 441. Next one. The square root of 34596. 96 is the last two digits. Here whole square. 186 square. 14 square, which is 196. Last two digits it is matching. 4 square 16, not matching. 24 square 576, not matching. 74 is 24 more than 50. 24 square 76. Only one number it is matching. Answer is 186. Answer is 186. I hope the idea it is clear. Now we will go very fast. Last two digits it is 81. Just square it. 1 square 01, 11 square 121, 19 square 361, 9 square 81. So answer for this question is first one. Answering the option will take more time than solving the question if your fundamentals are damn good. Only 4 concepts which I am using in today's class. A perfect square never ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8. A perfect square perfectly divisible by 4, or it gives a remainder 1. Or it gives a remainder 1. Next one. Which of the following is a square root of 14161? Last two digits is 61. 31 square. All of them square. 31 square 961, 61, 21 square 441, 29 square 841. So we require 61, 119 and 131. What is 120 square 14400? It is less than 14400. Answer for this question is 190. Answer for this question is 119. Within few seconds you can solve it. What are the last two digits? 16. If it is 16, square all the numbers. 194 square, 6 square 36. 86 square, 14 less than 100. 14 square is 196. This is 4 square. Here also it is 4 square. 200 square is 4 into 10 power 4. It is greater than 4 into 10 power 4. Answer for this question is 204 square. Answer for this question is 204. Which of the following? I hope you are all there with me. Like this you can solve the question if your concepts are good. What are the last two digits? 21. 21 if I do like this. 1 square 01, it cannot be. 71. 71 is 29 less than 100. 29 square 841. 18 9 square 11 square 121. 79 square 21 square 441. Only one question it is matching with last two digits, that is 189 square. What is the square root of 16641? Last two digits logic to find out the square root of a number. 41. Just to square these number. 31 square 961. 29 square 841. 21 square 841. 39 square 11 less than 100. 11 square 121. Now if you observe here, 130 square is 16900. These 166 closer to 16900. Without using digital sum, you will get the answer. Answer is 129 square. Again and again I am telling to you, every class of mine, ensure that you listen carefully and write down in your notebook and practice it. What are the 4 steps for you to become wise? Take the inputs, which is data, process the data, which will become information, revise, practice. If you do revision, practice. First time you will fail, second time you will fail, then you will succeed. In a topic test, then you will fail, then you will succeed. Then fail, then success. For you to reach this level, all these levels you have to cross through it. You have to keep practicing, keep applying it. You ask any student who has succeeded in competitive examination, he has experimented a lot in the topic test, sectional test, progressive test. Once he reaches Mark 5, Mark 6, Mark 7, he understood the algorithm, what he has to do to crack the examination. First F, then comes yes. I hope the idea it is clear. Next concept. What is the square root of? Seems like a bigger number. What are the last two digits? 49. Square all these numbers. 487 square, 13 square, 169. 93 square, 7 square, 49. 3 square it is 09. 3 square it is 09. I want 49. By looking at the question itself, I am getting the answer as 493. I'm getting the answer as 493. Once our fundamentals are strong, then we can solve a problem. It is 04. If it is 04, check it out. This will become 2 square, which is 04. 148 is 2 less than 50. 2 square it is 04. 4 square it is 16. 6 square it is 36. Now if you see 148, 150, 150, 15 square is 225. It is less than 225 followed by 2 zeros. Answer is 148. Answer is 148. I hope the idea it is very, very clear to you. These every question. What is the square root of 16121? 29. Apply the square root. 7 square, which is 49, 13 square, which is 169, 27 square, 729, 17 square, 289. Third number is